I always bring everything into the now. What I'm describing there, that's kind of like the Hollywood version of what we're going through in creation. You know, you kind of draw these things out and explain them accordingly. And I've done some other ones like that just to kind of dramatize the situation. In other words, saying that, you know, it's really saying that, yeah, this is what we've gone through because we've made certain decisions, and through that, I'm giving an objective view so people can decide better. But as I see these people, and including myself, of what I've gone through, etc., I really have a great consideration and compassion for them. I don't look at like, oh, gee, it's your karma. No, I don't. I don't go there. I don't go there at all. I don't talk about karma or whatever, because life is now. And I see that every new moment, and it can be a new child as an example, and come out deformed or whatever, and maybe they destroyed people many times in their past lives. But it's a new moment right now. They did that. And we've all been through that. And the real guides know this too. And all life does. This is why we go through creation. We've had to experience everything. And so what I'm laying out there is really objective views about, and the hint is you can make better choices. You don't have to keep going through this stuff. That's really the idea. So when people come around, yeah, it's in the spiritual paths and that we've come to know, well, gee, that's their karma and you got to go through that. I don't see it that way. Not at all. I will step up and say, hey, you don't have to go through any of this. Learn to become more aware and surpass it, and forget all that. Forget what you've done. You don't need to look at it. Be now, be wonderful. It's always a new moment. Yeah. So the old ways of looking at things, I see that, I've been through it. I don't use it. Again, Paul used the word problem a lot. You'll never find it in the books. I decided, no, I'm not using that. Not using any of that. And so, and what I've created here with Worldwide Educators, the All Solar Vessel, the All Natural Environment, you know, this is what I see as something new and refreshing, not old and outdated, and to constantly go over this nonsense. It's all nonsense because each person is new now. They have that opportunity now. But if they want to keep making the same silly mistakes as they always have, and that's their intent, I can see their intent on the real side, then it's like, go away. Go away. Go somewhere else and play with your friends. But that's not what we do. It's learning to sincerely see something real and make sense of it, because we've all been through millions of lifetimes, who knows how long and how many creations, how many yugas, whatever, to get to this point, because life is big, and to figure it out, we want to keep doing the same silly stuff. Well, we're dealing with the reptilians and all these individuals that still, you know, have their war machines going. And just like on this planet, we got HARP and laser weapons and everything else that are creating the earthquakes and the fires and the 5G and whatever. We still have these monsters here. It's so silly, and they're making the same mistakes they always have. Well, that's their choice. That becomes different. But those people that have gone through this and are in a new position and are really sincere to get on with their position, I don't say anything about, oh, gee, that's your karma, you'll get through it. That's nonsense. I give them the opportunity of a better understanding if they sincerely want it right at this moment, and all that stuff is gone. If they want to stand real now, it's all gone. It don't mean nothing, because it's always now. The sun is shining now. The sun, life is now. That's how awesome life is. Right now, it is. But if you want to carry all this nonsense and feel this or that or whatever, or you've been wronged and you want to, you know, get things right or whatever, well, sure, we have personal situations. Yeah. So if they, you know, the bank made a mistake and, you know, didn't give you the right change, sure, you're going to figure it out. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the real awareness and the real individual. And yes, I have a lot of compassion for these people, because we've all been through hell, and we're living in hell. We're living on a poisoned planet. But the individual themselves has to be the risk taker. They have to sincerely step up. But if they want to keep doing stupid stuff, then go away, or you'll be dealt with or put in the phantom zone like the Queen of Orion and Draco and all the other knuckleheads, that they just want to continuously be evil and they haven't learned anything yet. But there are those, and this is why I do this every day, because the greatest experience for me is to see others all of a sudden realize, hey, there's more than just being the effect unconsciously of this place here, and just being burdened by the nonsense that's so much deception that looks good that goes nowhere, and it's getting worse. And yeah, we have 5G and all this other nonsense coming up and having to deal with that. So yes, that the old ways, and we all did it when we were in the corporation and other things, we discussed karma and, oh, it's his karma and whatever. But I look through all of that to the individual, and are they sincerely wanting to see more? That's what I look for. I look for their intent. That's real. The surface world, that's what they create. The clothes they wear, whatever. I remember Paul appeared to me one time. This was 30 years ago. I was getting out of the water, surfing down here, walked over to the shower, and I saw this homeless beggar person there with a shopping cart full of stuff. And I looked at him, and I saw people walking by on the bike path looking at him strange, like, oh, gee, who's this guy? Because he looked pretty down and out. And all of a sudden, I saw it was Paul. So you never know. But it's all here and now. That's the best part.